gang signs thrown up. His ass broke off, that's how we grow up. Why else you think shorties write rhymes just to blow up? Get they first car and then IRS show up. He never had, but he had that 9. Come through flicking and he had that shine. Put 2 and 2 together in a little bad weather. Gon' be your whole family on that funeral line. As the weather was a strip club's cool. If my tips help send a pretty girl through school, that's all I want. Like rhinos want they good whiskey. I ain't in the clan, but I brought my hood with me.
Yeah.
I can't control the thing, hope it's so rich. I take a sip of that yak, I wanna I take a hit of that got me stuck. But really what's amazing is how I keep blazing. Town underdog, smoking to the days and puff the past of the rotation. Hypnotic for Henry, that's a chaser. Turn none to some, not pippin', that's a savior. Rest things like green, not pippin', get your paper. High off the ground instead of skyscraper. Too low, think you local, come on homie, we major. 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 I heard the beat and I ain't know what to write. First lines be about the ice. Full flows of black Christ, both flows will be nice. Rap about big paper on the black man plight. At the studio castle, ask my man to the right. What does verse sound like? Should I freestyle alright? He said, nah, it's what the fans want is illmatic still. Look at the pad and pencil and jot it what I feel. Been like 12 Come on, I call Kairi, you play the guy, she don't grow breasts too soon. Projects toe up, gang signs stone up. This ass broke off, that's how we grow up. Why else you think shorties write rhymes just to blow up? Get they first car on it, IRS show up. He never had, but he had that 9. Come through flicking and he had that shine. Put 2 and 2 together in a little bad weather. Gon' be your whole family on that funeral line. As the reverend was a strip club's cool. If my tips help send a pretty girl through school, that's all I want, like rhinos want they good whiskey. I ain't in the clan, but I brought my hood with me. You know, spread it to the job and run up and watch how we run up and I can't control the thing, hope it's so rich. I take a sip of that yak, I take a hit of it to get me stuck. But really what's amazing is how I keep blazing. Town under the dog, smoking to the days and puff the past.
But I'll be trying to get things.
Hypnotic for hitting that message chaser. Turn madness from that pippin' as a savior. Best things like green, that pippin' gets your face from high off the ground instead of skyscraper. But too low, think you local, come on homies, major.
People as big or small as you want, have a man for podcasting.
I heard the beat and I know what to write. First line should it be about the ice. 4 foes of black Christ, both flows would be nice. Rap about big paper on the black man plight. At the studio console, ask my man to the right. What does verse sound like? Should I freestyle alright? He said Nas with the fans when it's illmatic still. Look at the pad and pencil and jot it what I feel. Been like 12 years since it first sounded.
I'm gonna start. Your time.
Best things like green ground instead of skyscraper. Too low, thinking we local, homie, Sunday afternoon, better than a chick that say yes too soon. Until you have a daughter, that's what I call calming. You play the guy, she don't grow breasts too soon. Projects toe up, gang signs stone up. This ass broke off, that's how we grow up. Why else you think shorties write rhymes just to blow up? Get they first car on that IRS show up. He never had, but he had that 9. Come through flicking and he had that shine. Put 2 and 2 together in a little bad weather. Gon' be your whole family on that funeral line. As the weather was a strip club's cool. If my tips help send a pretty girl through school, that's all I want. Like winos want they good whiskey. I ain't in the clan, but I brought my hood with me. You know, it's better do your job and roll up and watch how we roll up. I can't control the thing, hope it's so nice. I take a sip with a yak, I wanna I take a hit of that got me stuck. But really what's amazing is how I keep blazing.
I know I'm talking about like
dog smoking to the days and puff the past of the rotation. Hypnotic for Henry, that's a chaser. Turn nothing to something, that pippin' that's a savior. Best things are green, that pippin' get your paper. High off the
what's happening, ladies? Oh, hold up. There we go. What's happening, ladies and gents? It's yours truly, Marquise James, Mr. Smash and Dash, The Truth, 3-6 Shutdown, however you want to call it. And this is our second episode of Convo Pod. We're trying to figure out exactly how to call it. I'm right here. There we go. Yeah, but we have a special guest with us today. If y'all been paying attention, you already know what it is. I'm not sure if I want to drop all your aliases. I know you like to keep it a specific way. So I'm gonna let you let the people know who you are and you know what you got going on, Mr. Kairi, Al-Amin, West.
But yeah, man, I got a lot going on. We got a lot to talk about. But I love the name of the podcast because I am a major minority, especially in that.
Drop bombs again. That's what's up, man. I appreciate that. That's gonna be a sound bite because when I started this out, I used to do a whole lot of like trying to get or going up on people and asking for tags like that. So yeah, that's fire as hell, man. And you've seen it throughout the years. I've known this man for probably like 4 years, something like that.
It's got to be more than that. I've been in Miami 3 years.
Okay, I don't know why it feels like just 2 years ago.
I think it's 4. We going on 5 after this year. We'll be on 5. So we have 4 for sure because we did a year complete in Atlanta. And really, before that, we met through that whole other shit. So it's been about 5. We going on 5.
Okay, that's solid. Yeah, man, I appreciate you for coming on here. I definitely really respect and admire Kairi, what he does, in and out of the business. Knowing him personally, you know, meeting a bit of his family, his friends and family. I appreciate you opening up like that. he he does music. He does a little bit of legal stuff. I don't know if you want to,
Yeah,
get
you can
into
tell.
that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, let the people like know about your endeavors because I've probably seen like three or four of them, and that's one of the things why I really like talking to you is because there's not many people that I can speak to on a level of understanding, asking advice, and just shooting the shit. Um, with not only just like being an accomplished person, but having multiple things going on. Because I've always been that kind of person, and you've always been that kind of person. So, yeah, let them know what you do, what you got going on.
Well, I'm first and foremost, like I said, I ain't gonna hijack the pod, but I'm my father's son before anything, man.
For sure.
A. Brown, now known as Imam Jamil, is my father. He's been wrongfully imprisoned. And as an attorney and as his son, my job, first and foremost, is trying to free my father. So no matter how full my plate gets, he's always the yams over there. It don't never move. And when we do, we just refill it. So he always is on the plate. That's what I got going on there. But as far as myself, man, I've been through a couple iterations. I'm an attorney, but I'm not practicing anymore. I semi-retired down in Miami not too long ago, about 3 years.
Hey.
And so now I'm focused on my music. I own a cannabis business, a legal cannabis manufacturing company out in California. And I own a business development company called Solo Core OPM, where we help individuals launch their first online business just using the talent, skills, expertise, whatever it is that they may have. Because most people who have those skills are working for someone else and they're being undervalued. That's not to say jobs are bad. It's just to say if you have that skill and you're using it to make someone else rich in your free time when you're not doing shit, continue to use those skills to push yourself to the next level. So eventually you can be the boss. Everybody calls themselves a boss, but I'm trying to create as many as I can.
Yeah, that's that real Dame Dash stuff right there. Big boss movement. For real. So within your endeavors, because you choose to get into quite a plethora of things, what makes you decide that this is where I want to put my flag in the ground and stake my claim and start building?
It's got to be a passion, man. Like law is the only thing that I've ever done in my life that wasn't a passion thing, and I mean it's been more valuable than I ever could have imagined. Mother knows best. It was her idea that I made sure to go and get my law degree and pass the bar so that I had a good fallback. But it turned into a fall forward because I use it anytime I'm starting a business, anytime anybody has legal issues with one of my businesses, which happens in business more often than people may think. I'm able to defend myself.
Okay.
But when it comes to picking a business, it's passion. I've always, though, my goal, I used to tell people all the time before I met you, it was like, hey, one day I'm going to get rich making other people rich. And so this consulting business or business development firm of mine is kind of a culmination of all the skills I've learned and picked up over the years with my other businesses, from owning clubs to being a law firm, owner of a law firm with my mom, to being a real estate agent, insurance broker. I've done the MLM thing and made it to the highest ranks of that before I realized I was scamming folks and didn't want to do that anymore. Stay away from those, by the way, people. But it's passion.
That's
Like I
crazy.
love music. I love music. I love it
Okay.
wholeheartedly. I love cannabis. Wholeheartedly
Yeah.
believe in it as a medicine, and I believe it's a mind your business type of situation. So I love cannabis and I love helping people make money, and I like to make money doing it. So those are the three businesses that I've staked my flag in. And if something else comes along and I'm passionate about it, please believe it'd be time to start another business.
For sure. For sure. All right. Well, we got a couple videos we're gonna do reaction to. As I was saying, bear with me. My laptop is running a bit slow. But as we get into that, so you're out in Miami now, right?
Yeah, man, South Florida living.
How and you've been there for a handful of years, and you've been in Georgia for a handful of years, Atlanta specifically. How was New Year's? How is New Year's different over there than Georgia?
I'm
That's
an
how
old
you
man
choose to
now.
experience. Yeah,
Right. So
that's all I'm like.
it's a little different. Miami though, the difference between Miami and Atlanta is the money, man. There's so much money here. There's so much money here. And so everything's grandiose. everything is like it's big and it's expensive. So like to go out in Atlanta on New Year's is you save up, you kick it with your boy, you plan on it. Here, you're not going out on New Year's. you ain't if you ain't supposed to be in Miami going out on New Year's. Like
what was up with that alien thing I've been seeing in the news?
Everybody from outside of Miami keep telling me about it, and I had to like look
you
it
haven't
up.
Seen it yet?
Because we didn't even notice, but it was just some kids, man, doing kid shit, and people reported some bullshit, but it was just some kids doing kid shit. That's what seems to be the official line. I know what it wasn't. No, it wasn't an alien walking around downtown. So
wasn't no aliens.
Yeah, but nah, Miami is lit. Like hold on, let me show you. I don't know if y'all gonna be able to see this, but that's where the fireworks be at right there.
That's
and so. Yeah, that's the Bay. I don't really have to go nowhere if I want to see a fireworks show, or I'm not a clubber anymore. Like I've never really been a big clubber, but I'm definitely not one now. So I'm not trying to be out in the club. A lot of people got shot on New Year's. I wasn't one of them because I was sitting in the house.
Yeah. We're gonna talk about that club stuff. So I actually have the next vid queued. Let me go ahead and see if I can quickly get into that. I gotta like think of my moves like 4 steps ahead of time, like playing chess with this thing. All right, here we go. Gonna open that up, and you can see my screen, right?
Yeah, I can see the boss man.
All right, let's just play this little 30-second excerpt and commentate on it.
So Ricky Smiley knows this. It's because, well, why would he lie? I don't know why liars lie, but I can tell you this. We auditioned in Los Angeles.
Yes.
I was audition number 201. 200 black comedians auditioned for the role of Money Mike with me. You're saying all 201 of us was auditioning and you had already had the role and had already shot the role in 4 days?
All right. Again, bear with me. Here we go. Stop that. Bam. And then I have to also review it and see if we did what we were supposed to do on that. All right. So speaking on Cat Williams, we actually had a conversation about this, as everybody has. We try and get the numbers up too. But it turns out I didn't know that y'all had a run in, and you have you've had a relationship for however long it was with Cat Williams. How'd this happen? How'd this come apart?
Yeah, man, it's crazy. It was during the time where I was trying to figure out my cannabis goals, man. Like I had invented some really cool cannabis products, but I was in a state that hadn't legalized yet. So, we had to do some things that we weren't necessarily supposed to do while we were trying to figure out how to get our licensing together. And in the process of that, we started getting into the comedy world. So we met Shawty. We met Carlos and them out at Atlanta Comedy Theater, I believe is what it's called, where all the comics come in and they perform. So we went out to kick it with Carlos and them for a show, and it turned out Cat was on the bill as the headliner. So we were just kicking it in the green room with the comedians, specifically Carlos, and Cat came back and was cool as a fan, man. Like it was humbling because at that point he's Cat Williams, so dudes can be whatever they want to be as far as assholes or whatever. But nah, he real down to earth. He was willing to sit down, kick it with us. He grabbed one of the infused drinks that we made, and he sipped it and loved it, and was like, "Yo, just give me all the ones you got." Gave me $500. We probably had $75 worth of drinks. And so when I watched the interview, and he's talking about how you just give out money on a humbug without just to show love. I know he does these things, but further than that, we continued to stay in contact because I had the weed juice, and he just he's like, cool dude. We keep talking, so we talk on the phone. I bring him juice, whatever, and we had opportunities to sit down, drink the juice, kick it, have conversations. And I could never call Cat Williams a liar because I ain't never seen him lie about nothing. Now, exaggerator, sure, he's a comedian. Sure. But
so real quick, I just saw the review. It didn't play. I'm gonna go and run it the way that they can see it.
Word.
my issue was that you won't be able to see it while I do that. But
Can
it's
I
only
hear
30
it?
seconds. I don't think so. Let's
cool.
see. All right.
Ricky Smiley can't act because Ricky Smiley can't act. He told you the story about when the movie came out. Now, where did he say he watched it? At home. He wasn't even at the premiere. You telling this man, you stole that. Oh, his name in the same sentence with a great one. It is sad. He was just that bitter when we were shooting it. He told everybody, it should have been my role. Everybody on the set. Why do you think no cast member has ever said anything?
He couldn't have played that role like you. I thought he was.
Sir, no one. Why no? He was with KD. He beat up Terry Crews. Why nobody know this story? You talking about in Hollywood they switched off roles. You take this and he what?
So
Ricky smiles this is because well why would he lie? I don't know why liars lie, but I can tell you we auditioned in Los Angeles.
Yes.
I was audition number 201. 200 black comedians auditioned for the role of Mike with me. You're saying all 201 of us was auditioning?
There we go. All right, back to that joint started. It
Way
started
further
lagging,
back.
and then my reciprocal was lagging with it. So I'm just
Yeah.
like, well, act like you've been here before. Anyway, well, we know what's going on. He talked about a lot of different comedians, Cedric the Entertainer, Steve Harvey, Ricky Smiley. That specific one was about Ricky Smiley. I think I pulled that out because he was talking about Hollywood and you know how things are. They say, first off, do you believe what they say? Like there's no coincidences in Hollywood. It's all set up.
I don't believe there's many coincidences anywhere. But definitely not Hollywood, where everything is scripted. Everything is scripted.
Too much money on the line.
Well, not only that, it's everything is scripted. What have you ever watched that came out of Hollywood that wasn't scripted? Everything is scripted. So of course the shit they tell us outside of the movie is scripted too. It's not our world. That's the world that entertains us.
Someone was saying that about this situation too, where you know, could be Cat Williams kind of playing like the prince, you know, drawing attention.
Yeah.
And I like to relate that to like with Kanye, where I feel like he's sensational because he has to up those numbers. And it's hard to top a billion, you know?
Yeah. Well, the thing with Cat and Kanye, they're similar human beings. Like Cat said it at the end. I mean, at the end of that clip, I don't know why liars lie, but the truth, we don't give a fuck about what's going on over there if you standing on the truth. And that's what's pissing people off so much. It's like, yeah, he hurt a lot of feelings, but it was with the truth. None of these niggas then came out and said he was lying. Steve ain't come out and say he was lying. Said ain't come out and say he was lying. If they do say anything close to he's lying, it's I ain't gonna meet him down there where he at because he just taking shit. But it's like, bro, he bigger than you. So what you mean down there where he at?
He's establishing himself as the GOAT too. What do you say?
I mean, for sure, he's the GOAT of stand-up. Next to Mr. Chappelle.
I'm about to say next to Dave,
Yeah, it's him and Dave. Like, none of these other niggas, like, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. There's a reason why he tell you the number every time. I've done 12 comedy specials, and I got one coming up on Netflix, and they don't pay me less than 8 figures. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie.
From Ohio, too?
Who,
Ain't Dave from Ohio?
You know, he might be.
Thanks. I'm
not sure.
Yeah, it's I like how you bring up the truth thing because you know that's what they say about comedians. They're supposed to be truth tellers, and the funniest thing is the truth. You know. Do you have
the reason we laugh at? Yeah.
Okay. Could you go to the link real quick? What I'm gonna
Which
do
one?
For this one?
Your Zoom link?
To the YouTube link. What I'm gonna do for this one is play it on there. And you can review it on your phone for the next video.
Okay, what is it?
Because we got like 3 more. Go to hold on, I can send it to you. Copy. This is the YouTube link.
But yeah, just to tie up Cat, since we're moving on, it's like anytime somebody come out and tell the truth, the unrequited truth like this, they get attacked. It's history of the world. Fuck comedians. Like you said, Kanye, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, my dad. These kinds of, like, they're not activists, but truth is what, like, if people are living in a lie, in a world built on this lie that they believe, whether it's Steve Harvey's my favorite comedian, he ain't never, whatever the lie is that you believe, when somebody tells you it's a lie, you either have to say, oh, damn, I fell for that, or side with the folks you siding with. And so that's what's happening. You got the people who are like, nah, man, somebody should have checked Cat for what he was saying. How? What you say? He told you. There are video compilations now. After everything he say, they'll show you a clip proving it. Cat said it, clip. You stole Cat's joke, said.
And that becomes tough too, though, because comedy is an art, just like anything. And just like anything, but I would say especially so within art, everything's been done before, So in my thing, it becomes like, you can go about it two ways. You can live in this thing and the things you see kind of just become part of you, or you can never have seen it before. But if you stick too close to somebody else's thing, plan, or whatever, and like it shows, then people will start to vilify you. But what's weird is like, I'm like, is there a gray area on that? Because like, I think of people like Kobe. He was following Mike to the T, so much so that they play back clips of them, and they're doing the exact same thing. It's crazy, but that's but
it's different, right? It's different. It's like we could do the exact same. Comedians, that's essentially. Let me see how I can put it to make it like again.
Like if you're working out and you're doing all the Jordan's exercises, they're gonna be like, "Man, you biting Jordan." If I'm practicing comedy and I'm like,
no, that's not true. The world won't even give Kobe the respect he deserves on the all-time list, because they say you're not the best version of yourself. Michael Jordan was. So we do hold Kobe to that same standard. Michael Jordan won 6, Kobe won 5.
Well, I mean, like working out wise.
Yeah, they call him a biter.
Like accolades in production and stuff. Yeah, but like.
But so with comedy, what you would have to do as Steve Harvey, you can't steal the nigga joke verbatim, but you would have to do 12 comedy specials. You would have to be rehearsing and practicing the same way this little dude was rehearsing and practice. Like if you took his methodology and followed that, that's one thing. But if you take his act, well, that's a whole different ballgame. That's like stealing my credit card information. It's identity theft. You can't do that. And I mean, it's not like it was a piece of it. Like with the said clip, we all know that said clip from Kings of Comedy where he's in the car, and we all have seen the Cat Williams clip in the car. We just never thought about it, but it was the year after. Yeah. So said you can't say you didn't see.
They got JB Smooth doing one too, back with Def Jam Comedy and whatnot.
So and it's like
they probably had a dude in a horse and carriage back in the day.
Right, facts. But I mean, it's the totality of the joke. It's not just we're in the car listening to music. If you go watch the jokes, you'll be like, oh damn, that's the same joke. Steve, same thing with Mr. Cooper, like with Mark Curry. He did the same thing. He stole his jokes verbatim. Yeah. And it's like, nigga, what do we? At some point, you gotta fight me. It's like as a rapper, it's like if you listen to Long Way Home, a song that I haven't released yet, and you release it tomorrow, you go find the beat on BeatStars and rap the same words and release it tomorrow. I'm gonna fight you. What do you mean?
I feel you.
Like that, and so that's what's going on there. But see, like people are looking for, like we poking holes in Cat's story. Like he don't run that fast, nigga. That's what you focus on. Whether he can run a 4.4.
I just want Steve Harvey to come out and say that was a piece this whole time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want him to be like, that wasn't my real hairline, and that's it. Because he won't do it. Just so much shit about that, and then he got to bring the piece. Well, look, we got 10 minutes, so let's scroll on to the next.
Let's get into it.
Come on, why y'all doing this, bro? What's going on? Bro, I bought this bottle club, yo. What is that? I bought this bottle in the club. Yo, we are doing it, bro. Why can't you take the bottle, bro? You're gonna take the bottle. Do something. Yo, officer, stop!
You can play it because I can see
Why
it.
y'all doing this, bro?
Oh, what's going on?
Bro, I bought this bottle in the club. What is that? I bought this bottle in the club. Yo, we are doing it, bro. Why can't you take the bottle, bro? You're gonna take the bottle. Do something. Yo, officer, stop!
All right. So what's gonna happen is that it's gonna catch up because it's running behind a bit. I played it twice, so you can check it out, and I'm gonna make sure everything is set to keep rolling. So a lot of people don't know that you were the owner of La Vie. And I remember, I'm pretty much from Gwinnett, but I remember that name, as coming up and starting to be into the clubs. I never had the chance, the opportunity actually, no, I did. I'm not sure if he owned it back then, but I did way back. My boy Don Max, we was there for one of his friends' birthdays.
Was it called La Vie?
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't.
If it was called Encore, I ain't have it no more. But that's when I sold it. But if it was called La Vie, yeah, I I might not have been in the building, but I was still the owner for sure. But
Tell us about that, man. How'd you start it and why'd you end it?
Man, you try to turn me, like I told you try to turn me into the Atlanta Cat Williams right now because all these
Go ahead, bro. Drop
promoters. All these promoters and club owners wanting to be me. But nah, man, I was a young dude who discovered hookah for the first time after law school, just hanging out at House of Hookah right there on 14th Street, in Atlanta. And I met some people there who worked there, and eventually one of them became my future. I would call him a business partner, but he ain't do shit. Adam. So he became my tag along while we was building this thing. And when I say tag along, I mean it. Like, man, it cost us $500,000 to build that shit. And he might have been responsible through his family for 45, 50. And but anyway, we were trying to figure out how we could get into this market because most people probably would figure this out. A finished restaurant space or a club space is extremely expensive to lease. So, I hired a realtor. I was a realtor, but I was like, nah, I need a commercial realtor. We found that little spot right across the street from the aquarium. And it was an old, rundown former convenience store. And we gutted it and turned it into, while I had it, easily one of the top 3 spots in Atlanta to go to. Because when we started the hookah situation at our spot, we were one of the few clubs like that actually vibed like a club. You come in here, buy a bottle, do all that, but we had hookahs, not even just really good hookahs. It was us, Mint, Aroma, and House of Hookah, basically. Those are the 4 places you could get a hookah from. Mint and Aroma were owned by the Ethiopian/Eritreans, and House of Hookah was owned by Palestinians, and there was no real like club vibe there. It was just a hookah.
Yeah, now everybody's hooked up, man.
Yeah, but we did that though. We did that because people.
So oh, go ahead. My bad.
People were leaving. Like people would literally be going to places asking because they came to La Vie. Y'all got a hookah? No, all right, we about to go back to La Vie. Then some of our hookah girls left, and they started starting little businesses where they would go around. So it stemmed from us, Aroma, and Mint. That made hookah what it is in Atlanta. That's why hookah is like we did that in real life. Like in our first 11 months in business, we did $1.2 million. So people was the main sell for that. And so, we did really well. But, when I say I was the Cat Williams of Atlanta, you had party promoters, saying they own the club. Eventually telling people they bought the club when really 1145 and then bought the club. I mean, all kind of crazy stuff, but I ain't never really speak on it because for what? Like I got out, I did what I needed to do. So much so like niggas stole $250,000 from me. I had to do a forensic audit and I had nothing but friends and family working for me. And so,
dang, man.
Like those were dark days for me. It's like, yo, if I didn't know your mama, nigga, like it would be a problem. But I ended up filing for bankruptcy to save my business partners from a fail, and I bounced back from that. Jay-Z always say, if you can't do it twice, you ain't really. It was a fluke the first time. So we made that 1.2 million, and then I made another $1 million, and then I made $1 million again since then. So I've done it 3 times. I know it's possible.
That's what's up.
And
So what is some advice in hindsight, or what would you say in hindsight? Like, damn, I don't know why I just went blank. In hindsight, what would someone in that situation, while everything's going good, do to prevent being taken advantage of?
take care of yourself. Take care of yourself as the owner of the business. I didn't do that. People used to see me because I had 2 Mercedes. That's literally the only things I bought the whole time I owned the club. Like I had a Mercedes Maybach and I had a coupe. And people say, "Oh, I'm paying monthly on these, like $2,000. We're making $120,000 a month type." I'm like, what is he really doing? Because my life was driving from my house at the 12, the condo, down the street. It was one straight shot to the club. I'd finish at the club at 4:00 in the morning, count money, whatever, drive back or walk back up the street home. I didn't have time to do nothing else. And so it's if I would have been just at the very least taking 10% of that and putting it in a rainy day fund for myself, in case I do have to shut this thing down and walk away, I would have been in a much better situation than I was trying to take care of everybody. But I've always been that kind of dude. So when you open a business and you hiring friends and you're getting, you're building this familial relationship with your staff, you feel an onus to them ahead of yourself as the boss. It's like, yo, all these people got to pay their rent. All these girls got kids. They got to take care. I got to make sure they get paid. What I noticed was when shit started doing this was going down, it wasn't family no more. Nobody was looking at me like, yeah, bro, it's cool. We're going to help you get this thing right. Da, da, da. Like, no, where the fuck is my money at? When I saw that, I was like, oh, it was never
How do you keep it like family?
You don't. Business, not family.
Right.
That's the lesson. You don't. When you hire people, you hire people.
Yeah.
If you own the business, have a manager deal with them. Don't even let them folk talk to you. Like it sounds mean or whatever. How many times you've gone and been best friends with any bosses? This don't work because you let your emotions make the decisions as opposed to good, sound business decisions. I didn't make good, sound business decisions with my first major business. And that's why I ended up in the situation I was in. I could blame people stealing from me. I could blame all kinds of shit. I didn't make good, sound business decisions. The kind of money we were making, I should have been able to get out of that, even with the bullshit, without the headaches that I took. But I took those lumps. It won't happen again.
That goes really well with our next video. I'm going to just cue that and let it roll through twice as well.
This bitch has been lying to me for too fucking long, bro. Who the fuck are you with, bro? Who the fuck are you with? Who is that nigga? Who is he, bro? Who is he? You been lying to me for too fucking long. You don't know how to do Snapchat? Who is that nigga? Get out. Who the fuck is he, bro? Why is he running away? Like, who is he? Bro, what the fuck, man? You been cheating on me for too fucking long. I can't do this shit anymore. Can't do this shit anymore. Look at this cheating ass bitch, bro. This bitch has been lying to me for too fucking long, bro. Who the fuck are you with, bro? Who the fuck are you with? Who is that nigga? Who is he, bro? Who is he? You been lying to me for too fucking long. You know how to do keys on Snapchat?
All right, we about to keep it rolling again with Kairi. Let me see how fast I can get this Zoom link up. For sure. It's a balance between understanding the lag of electronics and where to go to be efficient, so you're not just clicking all over the place. That's that ish they don't tell you. I appreciate everybody for tuning in, all 4 of you. Hey, if you was rocking with me from the beginning, you already know how it go. Because we on the come up. Got our show tonight. Mr. Al-Amin. Got our show tonight with, it's Colt, and we have an extra special guest as well. And if you've been paying attention to our Twitter or TikTok and our IG, then you already know. You'll know who I'm talking about. Link. Bam. All right. Oh, hold up. Edit this. And this is going to be save. Once again, appreciate everybody for helping out. Y'all give me any kind of criticism that you have available. I probably won't be taking it too much in about a month, so get it in while you can. Yeah, Zoom. Cool. All right. Okay. Back to OBS.
Yeah, we back. I just was texting you.
Yeah, I'm pretty. There we go. Proud of myself for doing that fast enough. Were you
fast.
ever? Were you ever?
I watched it.
Okay, cool. All right, so that was one I tried to play on the last live that we had, but I'm still getting all this stuff. And the only way to really do it is to do it. There's no real practice because I was on this.
Yeah. And you doing this, we doing this live, but once it's over with, you can edit it. That's what a lot of people do. Like, if you ever watch a live podcast, go back and watch it after they repost. You'll be like, oh shit. Like all these pauses and these little fuck ups. It's just like just cut that shit out.
Yeah, definitely.
I shouldn't have to tell you that, Mr. Marquise James.
Well, I know. There's always a reason. So when you check that out, like you were saying, well, one of the things that I kind of get towards, since we're starting this over, let me just play it one more time, actually.
I watched it twice, so I know it is, soft.
Okay, cool. Reaction double.
This bitch has been lying to me for too fucking long, bro. Who the fuck are you with, bro? Who the fuck are you with? Who is that nigga? Who is he, bro? Who is he? You been lying to me for too fucking long. You don't know how to do creeps on a snap map? Who is that nigga? Get out. Who the fuck is he, bro? Why is he running away? Like, who is he? No, bro, what the fuck, man? You been cheating on me for too fucking long. I can't do this shit anymore. Can't do this shit anymore. Look at this cheating ass bitch, bro. This bitch has been lying to me for too fucking long.
Yeah, so dude's accent just gets so extreme when he's in his emotions, and he's
You're emotional.
It's crazy how, I don't know. I mean, obviously he's Hispanic, but it starts really going in waves, and he starts talking like these.
No, he's soft. It's that soft shit, man. Like,
yeah,
it's shit so soft.
A lot of people will watch that and turn all of their offenses and attention towards the woman and be like, she's so wrong, she's so wrong, she's so wrong.
She not wrong.
What you were talking about, right? What you were talking about before we jumped to this, you were talking about accountability and how all these people did you dirty, but still you're not focused on, well, they could have did this if this person didn't do this, and you have such a big reason to be like, you could be like, yo, this extra $1 million would have helped the business stay up. So technically, quarter million.
I don't want
extra quarter would have helped it stay up. So you could be like, if we had that extra $250,000, we wouldn't have closed. But you take accountability and point everything at you, and that's one of the things. When you see the logo, it says cultural accountability. Everything that happens to you is your fault. Yeah. There's always circumstances, but if you want to focus so much on the outside factors, then why even exist? You know what I'm saying? You can't do anything. Then why even exist?
My favorite thing to tell people in this later stage of life, they say men get grumpier and more realistic as we get older. I tell people all the time, like, even when I'm building businesses for people and they want me to do some shit for them for free, it's like, bro, let me look you in your eyes and tell you this. No one give a fuck about you.
Yeah. Have you heard of David Pena?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I love his speeches, man.
And it's not, I don't want that to be taken disrespectfully. Right. It's just the facts. Nobody give a fuck about you. We even created a word that means I kind of give a fuck, but I don't really give a fuck about you. It's called empathy. Empathy is the lack of action, but I feel you. Nobody
Yo,
give a
that's
fuck.
so
So
real, man.
if you're
That's
not
so
willing
real.
to do what it takes to get you or to fix the problem that you got or whatever, ain't nobody else finna do it. Nobody give a fuck. Your mom can't even, she's not even finna do that shit because she got things going on. Like, but she cares. But most, like, when you dealing in, especially men, women too, but men to men relationship, we don't give a fuck about
It's
you,
the
bro.
bottom line. What are the results?
We can, if I can help you, you need to reciprocate that. Like, I'm not gonna do it for free because I have a good, like, people not doing that right now. Everybody's struggling. Everybody got their own issues.
Yeah, it's gonna add up to and lead to resentment, and it happens in women too. They just don't admit it, and they don't outwardly say it, but you see it in their actions. My question for you, Mr. Kairi, what can men do to to kind of how do I word this? How can a man be more focused on less focused on women, or to because like with that video, dude is obviously too much into her. He's not on his
Well,
purpose. He's not on. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what happens. Guys will see a big butt and a smile. She start batting them eyelashes, and all sense goes out the window.
but see, it's because men, again, accountability. In order for men to take their focus off, men never gonna take their focus off women. That's our goal. Like, but you have to be accountable to what a man is. Men don't want to be like most men either don't want to be or don't know the parameters. And that's why situations like that shit in the car right there with oh boy happens. She's doing what women do. She's looking for security, food,
Yes,
shelter,
exactly.
protection, all the things for some reason she don't see in you. So that's why she's fucking somebody in a car in a parking lot because she
Yeah,
see it in him.
I always talk about how people try to like women vilify men for being men, and then men in turn do the same thing, but we're supposed to understand and be logical, and it's like you're not paying attention, man. This is how it was built, constructed to happen. She's all these the the majority that we're seeing doing whatever they do, they're doing it because it's in their nature, it's in their DNA. They're constructed to go about it. We have all of these modern contentions to make us go, either under the bridge or over the bridge now, but it's still trying to get to the final goal, which is finding a protector, provider, all of us reproducing essentially. And the best way for them to do that would be with the right kind of dude.
And dudes got to realize, just like women, like there's no culture in history of the world till modern culture where boyfriend and girlfriend mean any fucking thing.
Yeah, yeah.
If you're not married to that woman, she's not yours. She got freedom to do whatever the fuck she want to do. Now, it's gonna hurt sometimes, just like friendship. Like I don't have a whole lot of friends. I got people I call brothers because there's rules to brotherhood. Ain't no rules for friendship. People lose friends all the time. Friends do fuck shit all the time. Brothers, that means there's a community and there are rules in place that I can pull you to the carpet and be like, hey, bro, we don't do this.
To hold them accountable, exactly, down to that. And that's why I can respect people that outwardly like confess to a religion in certain circumstances. I don't want to get too into religion, but there's a lot of people that speak so highly on Christianity and the Bible and stuff, and it's really contradictory with either the way they act or what's in their text and or whatever. But then too, there's a sense of holding their feet to the flame. You can come to certain people and be like, yo, why are you out here? I don't know, killing people.
It's accountability. It's just the
yeah.
reason why boyfriend girlfriend relationships don't work is because there's really no accountability. Like her cheating on you in that car with that dude. The worst thing that can happen is you leave her and she end up with that dude. Like she don't give a fuck, obviously. And so there's no accountability. Now in marriage, all kinds of things go wrong if you catch her out in the car having sex or something. Like she has to be held accountable. It's not your woman. It's literally not. You can't put boyfriend girlfriend on taxes.
Yeah,
it's single, married, divorced, widow. That's it.
Speaking of that accountability, especially financial accountability, and seeing what just happened, other viral story with Jonathan Majors and whatnot. He wasn't even married, but he was trying to set up for that, and you see the repercussions we have at stake going into marriage. Forget even skin color, but just as a man, the risk you're taking in the United States, at least. From
I'm
all
not
the
married.
stories
People
you're
ask me all
releasing.
the time.
Right.
That's
He's
why.
not married, and you're not as well. But how do you feel about marriage in the States? With
It's necessary. I think marriage as an institution is necessary for
Right.
men and women. Like, we weren't made to be separate. Like,
Alone,
it just
yeah.
that's
That's
not
why I
what.
do the caveat of in the States, because it's more predatory here. I know, like,
Yeah.
when people get into relations with foreigners, they're like, she better get married to her over there. Better get married to her over there, because she come over here, you get married, she has all the power. And that's just
No, she doesn't.
I'm not pointing at women, but
But marriage
the
is a
system.
business deal.
Right.
Marriage in the United States is a business contract.
Okay.
There are ways to protect yourself in that contract. Niggas just don't want to do it. Niggas being men, like white people, they don't want, because when you're in love with somebody, it's hard to get them or ask them to sign a prenup. It just is, because everything's great.
But isn't, I've been seeing some things of where prenups don't necessarily protect you. But when I've been seeing that, it does come down to your lawyer. Like,
No, prenups
why is
protect
that,
you.
why wasn't that read, or that clause you didn't go, like, it was there. If you had a lawyer go over it, they would have put you in a
Where
better position.
niggas mess up on their prenup is they cheat. That voids it.
So there was the thing. Well, see what would just happen, and I didn't look too deep into it, but you know about Jeezy and Jenny Mai. She
Right.
had a clause of emotional relationships. It was if you have an emotional relationship, and then when the text says that, it's so ambiguous that you can be like, this lady walked up to me and served me a Coke at the store. Now that's an emotional relationship, because I said, hey, somebody's crying.
Well, you have to.
Like, are you okay? Emotional relationship. So that's what I'm saying. Like, that situation comes more down to the fine print, which is having a good lawyer, though, right? And
Yep.
So what about the Dre situation? That's the same thing with, I guess, having a good lawyer, because
what happened
he
there?
had a prenup, didn't he?
I don't even remember his situation, to be honest with you.
I think he had a prenup, and she's still getting like 10 mil a month, something like that.
Man, ain't no reason to guess. Give me a second. Give me 5 seconds. Dr. Dre wife prenup.
Nah, for real. Let me.
Dr. Dre ex scores massive divorce settlement. Reached a massive don't allow settlement Tuesday. It's the young walk away $2,400 million. Behalf of his liquid asset. Hold on 1 sec. Filing Dre's move to enforce prenup, but Powerhouse attorney Samantha fought the validity, arguing that Young had signed it under duress. That's why. So the argument was that Dr. Dre's wife signed the prenup, but under duress. Like, she didn't want to sign it. He made her sign it.
Then you have those kind of things where it's like, dang, now I got to make sure it's not duress, when I thought we was cool. Like, none of us drink or smoke. But now
in this situation, I
know,
honestly believe he could have had a better lawyer. I have to read the whole article. I have to read the whole article to see what happened, because there's no way I'm going to let you win a duress case against me for a prenuptial agreement, because there was an option always. Don't sign it. Yeah. We don't get married.
But the thing too with a lot of these situations is that the man is the one that has to pay all the fees. So then, overall.
But if you're the one with the money, you're supposed to pay the fees. Aren't you trying to protect your money?
So that's only the case because it's usually the breadwinner.
If you go marry Oprah, I bet you she paid the fees for her prenup. I promise.
Yeah.
I promise. The dude is usually the dude who wants to protect his money. Yeah, it's like, But,
and this is why dudes need to stop just messing with the baddie just because she bad. Like, does she have anything to lose? Because
dudes got to stop going to lawyers who are going to write contracts you don't understand for you. A prenup ain't got to be long. You can write a prenup 2 paragraphs. When we get married, if we were to divorce, you leave with what you had, I leave with what I had. Underneath, I will pay this amount monthly. Underneath, no other stipulations. You're good. If y'all both sign that, there's no getting out of it. So you could cheat on her, you do whatever you want to do, as long as you pay whatever because as a man, even in religion, if you divorce your wife, it's your responsibility to take care of her until she finds another husband.
Right.
especially if she got your kid. So make sure that you take care of her like she's supposed to be taken care of. That's one thing that prenups usually don't do. And that's why women buck at it, because it usually says some shit like, whatever you had when you came in, that's all you get if we break up. And they'd be like, but wait, nigga, like, I'm gonna be with you for all this time. We're investing in each, like, nothing? No, put in there. Like, if you worth $500 million, tell her, look, I'll give you $1 million a year for 10 years if we get a divorce. She'll say, okay. But niggas don't.
We hope.
Niggas is greedy.
That's what happens when you pick them up at
if
Walmart
she says no,
McDonald's.
Then
you know what I'm
if she say no, you don't marry her. It's very simple.
What happens is a lot of these dudes in those situations only have that part of their XP up. You know, they got the money XP is on an 8 out of 10, but the game is on a 1. And the frame is on.
They get run over by their women.
It's like, damn, all I got is money. I just keep throwing money at it. But that's also
that accountability for manhood.
Yeah, that's also a good reason to have the church and state closer together in certain situations. That's a deeper conversation. But when we have certain accountabilities like that, then we can understand the sanctity of marriage, not just inside, but in the church and in the home and in the family.
Like in Islam. In Islam, the prenup is built in. In Islam, there is no marriage without prenup. These are the things you must do if you divorce your wife. It's right there in our scripture. So we don't even got to think about it. It's like, this is that. You get to keep the house. I got to pay for the house and maintain the house. I got to pay you enough to make sure you have enough to take care of the kids. Like, you don't have to go work.
And in Islam, I would say there's not too much of a pretext or a premise of a woman coming from a house and not understanding how to be with a man, how to be to a man, you know, like over here.
It plague us too.
Okay.
We're still American.
Well, no. Oh yeah. I'm more so talking outside the states. I always put states in.
I ain't out there.
States and then anything. Yeah. So when you say that, I say I'm thinking Islam out of the United States.
They not immune. They not immune to that shit.
And I gotta check everything, but
you see that nigga? Didn't that dude just pay? One dude just had to pay Mariah Carey $75 million for wasting her time. He was Muslim. He married her. Janet Jackson's husband is fucking from over there. If he divorced her, she gonna take him for everything he got.
Yeah, but those are special cases too.
Well, I'm saying it's special cases because they're famous and we know about them. But it's just a microcosm of what's going on over there. We just don't see the rest. They doing the same thing. Like, the world is moving in a strange direction. Like, women ain't concerned. I saw a post recently. It was like, why aren't men obsessed with women anymore? Women not thinking about dudes no more. Like, not in the sense of I'm trying to. It's like, no, all women want to be boss bitches, and they listening to Sexy Red, and they got brown buttholes, and they telling us about it, and they think that this is what we. They think that this shit's sexy and it's gonna attract the dude of their dreams, and the dude of their dreams is like, look at this hoe. She's a whore. It's like, and they're like, oh, you're objectifying me, you're judging me. Yeah, but this is society. In a society, we judge each other based on societal norms. If you want to just do what the fuck you want to do,
in the wild, you want to be in.
Go to the woods.
You know, go ahead, get off the grid. So
go frolic.
I'm gonna play this last video if I can. I just lost my reciprocal. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna play this
content
last
can't be
video and we'll.
Hold on.
God dang, man.
Just got hit with the content can't be played on your mobile device. Nah, you're not going to hit me with it. Yeah, it's fixing trying to play an ad now. I'm like, man, stop playing. I'm on this show. You're not going to make me watch an ad.
Oh, shoot. So if they play an ad, then they got to goddamn run me my money, right?
You're not monetized yet.
I know, right? That's that bullshit. I can't press this damn button because there's lag. There we go.
This is something that always, it's just a curious question to me. Why do you think suicide in this country is exclusively a white male problem? 70% of suicides in the United States are white men. White men they're twice as likely as black men to kill themselves.
I can tell you a little bit from personal experience, but a lot from just black people. We consider just in general taking yourself out. It's a non-negotiable.
Right.
Like you were just brought up. Like you ain't gonna take yourself out. First of all, God ain't gonna forgive you for that.
That was I think it's a big thing.
Yeah. It's a huge thing. It's a huge thing.
Yeah.
God ain't gonna forgive you for that. And then Secondly, it's just it's been taught as a cowardly way out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In a lot of circumstances. So it's like
This is something that always
So we're gonna use certain words like unaliving, but I was watching that the other day, and it just really, I never really thought about how much the faith has kept us resilient, but also kept us like, there's like the pros and cons to the stigma, and it's like almost a reverse pro, to be like shame, like the hard shame on it. I guess maybe my mind is having a hard time wrapping around it because nowadays we don't have shame, where nobody's humble, nobody has humility. It's all like, oh, this is the crazy thing I do, and accept
Can
it.
you start your sentence over? I was watching the video and I had you turn
Yeah, my
down.
bad,
I'll turn you over. Stop.
Nah, I was just getting to the point of like trying to wrap my words around how to speak about that video, but I think I'm having a hard time because the society now is like no shame, and in the video they were talking about kind of like the stigma and the shame of doing something so bad as, like I said, we're going to use the word unaliving as doing that.
So this is
but
I'll help you out while you think. It's a touchy subject for me most times because people don't like my response, but I think it's some sucker shit. And I don't feel I don't even waste my breath or my energy or my emotions when somebody even that I know decides that's the route they want to go because it's selfish. You didn't think about all the people you was leaving behind and how it was gonna make them feel when you did what you did. You did what you did. All right. Well, hopefully you found the peace you was looking for. Like you made that decision. I don't give a fuck. Like I can't relate. I've been through some of the craziest, worst shit ever. Like, and that's never been a thought in my mind. Like, how? What? There's always tomorrow till there ain't no tomorrow. Like, what's that bad?
Yeah, you always have a
It's
fighting chance. And
it's the coward. Like he said, it's the coward's way out. The Lord, and then the Lord don't forgive it. Both of them two things that old boy said in the black community is what we was brought up. It's cowardly, and Lord will send you to hell for it. There's no coming back from it. So I ain't taking them chances.
Yeah, what made me kind of like go into that was how he was saying it's such a big thing in the white community. He was trying to Steven Crowder. He's a big controversialist, but he has a lot of good talking points. I wouldn't say they're always right. I think they always kind of overlap something that most people haven't thought about. But go ahead.
Black people value life more than white people. They put us in a situation where life is too valuable for us to take it. They've taken too much of it from us. They don't have that issue. You know what I'm saying? So when they're stressed, when they get stressed about finances, they jump off buildings and shit. Our stress, finances.
Yeah.
Well, we got 400 years of you brought us over here to not pay us and kill us, string us up, rape our women. That's our trauma. So you think we're gonna kill ourselves over some shit like Section 8? No, what are we talking about?
Yeah, he was trying to make a point of, oh, you guys think you have it so bad with whatever y'all have going on. How come we're over here unaliving ourselves? And
because you soften a motherfucker. And
right. He kind of didn't like expect that response. He was trying
you
to
soft
like
as
trump
fuck.
them. So
and you selfish.
They hit him with a like, you don't even understand. You can't even comprehend the fact of like sometimes in life you have to struggle for a long time. So sometimes in life you just struggle the whole time. But don't mean
and then people be upset because they like, oh, mental health is real. And in our religion, mental health is real. And our Lord tells us people who are mentally ill, they go to paradise. So if that's the reason you unalived yourself because you literally were mentally ill, mashallah, that's in Allah's hands. Hopefully, you aren't punished because it's not a cognizant decision. But if everything cool, you ain't nothing wrong with you. Ain't no mental health. You got anxiety, nigga. We all got anxiety. We depressed. Fuck out of here. If you choose to kill yourself, it's the most selfish decision you can make. And Godspeed.
I agree. As a host, I try to be a little politically peppered.
That's why I'm here.
It's funny you said mental health is real, but the thing about that, it just was crazy how he didn't really he couldn't really grasp that.
But see, somebody like him, they'll never like white people are very enamored by our culture because they can't understand how we operate because they understand in themselves, if the shoe were on the other foot, it would be uprising, upheaval always. Like if we did to them what they did to us, it would either be they've gone insane, they can't take it no more, or we would be fighting in the streets all the time because they know what kind of people they are. Their history shows it just based on our history with them. So when they come into our spaces like the barbershop, they're really just trying to figure out us. They're like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
I can't figure you out. Why are you strong? His question is essentially, why y'all stronger than us? Yeah. Well, because you beat the shit out of us first. Like you built us into this, like not only through trauma and beatings and abuse and genocide, through breeding. You wonder why we got LeBron Jameses and Kevin Durant. It's because you bred niggas to be LeBron James and Kevin Durant. It's just before it was to pick cotton and do all the things they needed to do. They had to be big, brolic, strong. I'm sure there was some LeBron Jameses on the slave plantation. They just wasn't, you know what I'm saying, basketball. But this is his, you know, his ancestors. Now that led to these freaks of nature. You got Zion Williamsons, and they're like, why don't white people be built like this? We weren't bred for it. You bred us for this.
so being that a lot of us have dealt with the struggle and, you know, the having the poverty rate being so high within our community and such like that, what is something we can do to kind of be accountable and take action? I know that's a layered question.
It's community. But it's a simple answer. It's community, real community. And the more electronic or technical we get, technology savvy or whatever that we get, or reliant on technology, it's breaking down foundations of community. Even when you grew up, I'm sure you can remember a neighborhood you grew up in and you knew the kids outside.
Yeah.
Who's your neighbor?
Way back.
Right now? Who's your neighbor? Yeah.
Right now, I met two of them. One's name started with a J. And the other name, I can barely remember.
That's what I'm saying. We don't do community ain't a thing no more. It was like we used to build Black communities for protection, to thrive economically and things like that. But now niggas is trying to move to the suburbs and be in Buckhead. I'm one of them. Yeah, be in Buckhead, all that kind of shit.
Yeah, speaking of economics, I see it as that being one of the issues as well, because, you know, 10, 20 years ago, however many years ago, it was more industrialized, where the family could rely on that one income at the industry or whatever, and that would happen. Now we have the age of the internet, where they want to market to make you more isolated, because that's how we're making money. Before, they were making money having people depend on their families. This dude,
you don't. The new model is
5 kids. We need him full time and then some. Now it's like, oh, you can sit at your computer and still work for us. Forget those kids, because if you had those kids, you're not gonna be able to do, you know.
Not only that, sit on the couch, watch YouTube. Oh, you're missing somebody? Get on Tinder, swipe a little bit. You'll be all right. Oh, you need it? Well, buy it, order it. It'll be in your house in 24 hours. Oh, you don't have to leave. Why? You're a consumer if you're in the house by yourself. You're all the time. You're just consuming
that brings up, that makes me think of another thing too, because when we do decide to leave our people, my people, where I'm at least, they usually decide to go somewhere unsavory. You know, we don't necessarily get together and do things that accomplish anything. I'm being very broad and more so talking about what's pushed to us, because I do know a handful of people that are out here making moves, making good moves, making big moves and all that. But what's online, what's pushed to us, is all this bullshit. We take our money and go to the plug. We go to the club. We go throw it and, you know, support a single mother. That's cool. That's cool. But
let me tell you why we do that. It's trauma. It's all trauma. It's trauma based. See, everybody's still trying to make it right now. That's why we can't come together. Like you said, back in the industrial time, one income, it was a lot easier to build. If you buy a house, $40,000. All right, everybody buy a house over here. We can't do that right now. Everybody trying to make it. And so that's why you're in Buckhead. I'm down here in Miami with all these businesses. But there will have to come a time, if we want to see this again, where it's a concerted effort. And we sit down and we say, we're going to build even if it's just 10 dudes who got the money to buy houses near each other. It's like, we're going to raise our families together. That's That's the cure to all this other shit. Like human interaction is necessary, and human interaction to build something. If you have a community, it's a lot easier to build economic stability for those 10 families, to make sure those 10 families are safe, because those 10 families got men involved, and we're going to make sure our families are safe. And then you just start building from there. You can invite other families into the area because there are other homes. Oh, yeah, you fit the criteria. You need to be living, don't live in Sandy Springs, live in Andy Springs, where only none but Black people. That's what we got to get back to. It's like, oh, it's segregation. It's not. Tribalism is part of human nature from day one. How we separate our tribes is totally up to us, but we can't pretend like it's not by race in today's society, at least not in the United States, but anywhere you go. If you're lighter skinned, you tend to get better treatment. If you're darker skinned, you don't. And so Black people got to start looking out for each other, all skin tones, and that means community. If we have physical community, we can fix the rest of the problems. Because again, in a physical community, there's one thing that we're lacking: accountability. If one of them 10 dudes do some fuck shit, he can't come home and just be cool. Everybody gonna be, all 10 of his neighbors gonna be like,
free this,
so
free
let's
this
talk
dude
about it.
and smoking on this dude and all that.
Yeah, it's like, what we doing?
Yeah. Like, yeah. That sounds like some real rap right there, for real. There's a lot of elements in there that I was like, yo, So real on brand. We got another 10 more minutes left. So I'm gonna take this opportunity to wrap things up. Kairi, I really appreciate you for coming through. It was really it was something that just we kind of like rolled into it. I like that. And in the future, love to have you back. I think this is the best natural views that we've had. There's only 6 viewers, but appreciate
what up, viewers?
Tuning in. They'll be back on the next one.
Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what we're gonna talk about on the next one?
What?
We're gonna talk about Real Growth by MJM. So one of my, the businesses we talked about is a business development company, Solo Core OPM, and one of my clients just so happens to be the guy interviewing me right now. And so, hopefully by the time we do the next one of these, we'll have some success stories and some results to be able to share with folks, so they can get a better idea of what it is I do, and hopefully, what it is you do. And then we'll talk about some other things. I got a lot of things that we can kick it about for sure. But yeah, no, it was fun.
The screen's on you. You want to let them know where to find you if you have anything coming up and just any general information?
Yeah, you can find me anywhere, West End Re, man. I'm an artist. My videographer is Marquise James. So we're going to be linking up again real soon, because I have some projects. Well, I have a project that I'm working on, music-based, that should be dropping this year. And also I'm working on a docuseries for my father. So just follow me on Instagram, really, West End Re, and you'll be in the loop. Ain't much on there right now, but it's coming.
Oh, that's what happened. I was trying to drop them bombs. We still getting to it. But yeah, once again, man, appreciate you. And that was another Major Minorities conversation. Thank you for tuning in. We signing out.